Dzień dobry widzowie, widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku i co, lecimy na drugą stronę jeziora. Mam nadzieję, że nasi bohaterowie tutaj, tak, którym idziemy, ale też ten, który czeka w samolocie, przeżyją. A teraz zaczynamy już od razu od flashbacku. Let's go!
Come on, Pete, pay attention, head in the bloody clouds again. That's your problem. Pick up the oars and row like I told you. Faster than that, son.
Chłop nie ma siły.
Both in time.
Jezu, też mi się
Doing my
wkurzyło.
best.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And try and keep your weight in the middle. Sue, you don't want to tip us in. What a wonderful start to the holiday that would be.
Matko, stary.
Oh, this is a test of your listening, son, and trying to work things out for yourself. How would you learn if I did everything for you, eh?
I didn't mean do it all, just take an oar maybe.
Well, say I did, and you could only work one oar, then where would we be? We'd be going round in circles. Oh, now, look, there's a strong current coming up. It's a good test, son. Now, remember what I taught you, and this won't be a problem. Keep her straight and true. Strong arms. I said strong. No, 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 no!
O Jezu, też się wywalą do wody.
Trying.
That side, harder on the port side.
Help!
Jesus, Pete, that one!
O Jezus, ale mieliśmy tutaj tego. Czy ja mam płynąć? Nie wiem, czy ja mam tutaj coś robić.
Oh, come on, give it
Czy to
here.
jest
Give it
kastenka?
here.
A dobra,
Look, you get back
kastenka.
there, I'll do it.
No chłop jest młody, nie ma siły w rękach, a on już się sra. Klasyk kolderowy.
I knew you weren't made for this.
No bo jemu też zajebiście idzie, nie? Boże.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe.
Come on. Prove you can go the rest of the way. Current's not as strong now. Here you go.
Przecież on ma ręki jak patyki, a nie siły nie ma. Ale pewnie mu się uda. Pewnie mu się uda.
I have done my best, Pete. Whatever you do in life, you can't expect anyone to do things for you. My experience.
Tu jest reluwa. Tu jest reluwa akurat.
I won't always be here to help. And there'll come a time when you've got to prove you can do something by yourself.
No i właśnie jesteśmy. O. A to co tu robi? Żartujecie sobie, że ona tu jest. To chyba z widy.
Captain Hamilton.
Oh,
No właśnie.
get me away from this thing. It looks calm out there, but it's rougher than you think.
Oh, it does look nice and calm, you're right.
It's the current. Can't you see it?
It's very nasty ripples. It's practically a storm surge.
I think if the wind had been in another direction...
Oh, come here. Don't you know me at all by now? Come on, let's walk.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, I've got used to being this relaxed. What's it going to be like getting back to college, having to smarten ourselves up?
Jak się
I
ładnie
really
tutaj.
like you like this. It's nice. Remember when we met on that train and you were so self-conscious about that suit?
Jo, kiedyś to było.
Oh, I remember. Seems silly now, eh? You were wearing that lovely sweater you got on now, weren't you?
What, this? Well, I only bought it recently. It's a new colour for me.
A tam, no wiesz, to jednego nie co to znaczy, co on to?
You sure about that?
Positive. Oh, strange. So, do you want the good news?
Mnie w ogóle zastanawia, czy to ma jakieś znaczenie.
Absolutely.
While you're out, I checked with the hotel and they said we could stay another night. And I thought, why not? Extend this holiday as long as we can. Extend the celebration.
Celebration?
Oh, you know, the summer of work. The fact that it's practically all done now. And perhaps we could celebrate us too.
Us? Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Mr. Absolutely Hamilton.
Oh, stop it. I don't say it like that.
You do, and that's fine.
Ready to go home soon?
Not in the slightest. Oh, so pretty. Oh, look at these houses. Oh, if I had found someone I could row with, perhaps I could be living here.
Hey, I can row.
Well, that's good, because I think I might be in love.
Uuu. Aha.
Oh? Me
W ogóle
too.
jak oni się trzymają za ręce, co to jest za kurwa za animacja, ty? Co jest?
Well, which one should we have, the red or the blue?
It's tricky. Why not both?
Oh, go on, pick one.
Okay. Blue.
My choice exactly.
Oh, almost like I knew what you were going to say.
Okej.
Well, either house looks big enough for me. Maybe more than me one day.
No rodzinka, lecimy.
Family.
Well, like I said, one day.
A, tam.
What about your work? Wouldn't you want to finish that first?
Well, finish work before I settle down, you mean?
Jo.
Yes.
Yeah, I love my work. You know I do. I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to keep going as long as I can. I don't see why it has to be one or the other. Would you give up work to have children?
No tak średnio chyba, ale co, damy...
I would.
Kurwa, wybrało
I
samo.
really would.
Czyli to wybiera samo.
I think the thing is, I wouldn't expect a man to give it all up.
No dobra.
Not if he really loved his work.
Aha. Uuu.
Why does the rest of the world think that we should give it all up? I keep thinking about all these bright young women I'm teaching and I'm scared. I'm scared that despite all they've achieved, despite the fact that they're walking out into the world with a degree from Cambridge, the first thing they'll be asked is how fast can you type?
You're probably right. It's a real waste of talent.
It really is a waste, you're right. Even the jobs they get, they're not expected to keep once they've had children. All it needs is people to stand up to it.
No, you're right. I think women have every right to stake their claim.
Not a woman this time. Women have been making a stand, throwing themselves under horses since the suffragettes. We need men to start fighting for it.
Jo.
You can count on me.
I hope you do make a stand. Won't become part of all that. It's not easy, you know. A lot of people are still living in the dark ages about all this. Your professor, for one, I'll bet.
I think you're probably right there.
He doesn't know about any of this, does he?
Oczywiście, że nie.
This work?
Exactly. The work we've done. You will tell him, won't you?
Mhm.
Of course I will. I'll go straight to his office as soon as we're back.
You promised me that.
Promise you that.
Good.
No, nie ma odwrotu, nie ma odwrotu teraz.
This is good, isn't it?
It is.
No i co, lecimy, no wracamy na nasze zimowe tereny. Ciekawe, co znajdziemy tym razem. To jest ten sam statek. Ciekawe, czy znajdziemy tutaj właśnie coś ciekawego, bo już jesteśmy coraz bliżej. Jesteśmy coraz bliżej, lecimy, lecimy. Dawaj, chłopie. Ciekawe, ile on płynął. Przez to jeziorko.
Peter,
Znowu
marvelous to
flashback.
see you come in. Take a seat. I have to say, I'm delighted.
No to dobrze.
You read the final draft?
Of course, all the salient points. I must say it's very impressive.
You
Zajebiście.
think so? Thank you.
Not at all. It's your work. I think the direction you took it gave it something of real value. Well, as I say, quite apart from the climate side of things, the method you developed to track radiation, I can see it having far-reaching implications, and not just in your own field. It's marvelous.
No i super.
I'm glad you think so.
First-rate piece of work, Peter. First-rate. This other name on here, Dr. Clara McKirrick, I presume we could drop that.
Nie.
Drop it. Why would I do that?
Oh, well, I understand you probably had some little research assistants, but...
O, klasyczek.
we have secretaries. we just don't usually put the name on the front cover of the paper.
Nie, lecimy z nią.
What are you suggesting?
Tell me, have you seen your friend Joseph recently, Samuel?
I have.
Doing so well in their new positions. I would dearly love to see the same for you, Peter. And more for you, in fact.
A w ogóle jak cicho nie gadają teraz.
Well, thank you.
It would be so well deserved after all these years, especially after the risk I took.
Risk.
A boy from a grammar school, first in his family to make it to university, you know what I'm saying. It's been really wonderful to give you this opportunity. I would just hate you to throw it away by misattributing your own hard work, that's all, for whatever reasons you might have.
Nie no, please.
Throwing it away. What do you mean?
I mean, there is a world of possibility out there for you. Well, as I say, it really is very good, and I'm not the only one who thinks so.
You've given it to someone else already.
I knew a few who I thought might be interested. I thought you'd be pleased. In fact, I think you might want to prepare yourself for being the center of attention for a little while. I'm sure you would be able to cope, but I think it's perhaps not quite the sort of thing you'd like to foist on a young woman's shoulders.
I see. And okay to foist upon a man's, of course.
Quite. And I've no doubt you'd be up to the challenge yourself. With this name on here, there is a good chance it will cause problems.
I'm sure I could handle them.
This isn't all about you, I'm afraid. There could be problems for everyone. Clara was close with Molly Shannon, wasn't she? The one suspected of being a communist spy.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Well, it's true. How close they were is the real question. Clara joined Molly on that anti-British protest march, I hear.
Dobra, kłamiemy trochę.
Spy now.
Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's started digging. Yet. A lot of people, very important people, believe you are either with this country or against it.
O Jezu.
Some of the benefactors of this college, for example. My father used to call this university one of the greatest contributions Britain has made to the world. I would agree with that.
No jo, ale no.
Absolutely.
I'd hate to be the one to undermine it. The affair with this Cambridge 4 business has been bad enough. We can't change the past, Peter. But we can learn from it. Before we fool ourselves into remembering it too kindly. Now, with this name on here, and the associations one might make, you see what I'm saying?
Jo.
If you met Clara, I'm sure you'd agree her name should be on the paper.
Good God, Peter, I am trying to make you understand something. This is precisely the way the rot sets in. It's the slow knife. Members of this university were recruited to spy for the Soviet Union 10 years ago. Now members of this university are demanding we lay down our weapons. The only defense we have against the very same foreign power. What happens in 10 years' time? And what happens to the integrity of this college in 10 years? if you share your work on a whim with a girl you've taken a fancy to? And what happens 10 years after that? Cannot survive by making oneself vulnerable. That is why this university is still here. That is why I am still here. I hope you understand how much I care about your success. It's so common for work to fade into obscurity after it's published. It would be a shame if yours were denied my full-throated support, especially after so many years.
A tam,
Years working on this.
I cannot
pierdoli.
make your decisions for you, Peter. By all means, publish with Clara as a co-author if you're feeling generous, but if you do, you'll have to take your chances. It would be difficult for me to bring to bear any influence I have. By way of illustration, I have an address in Whitehall to give you.
Thank you.
Afraid I can't tell you much more now, but he's a good man. Cambridge man. And you may find there's one more reason to leave Clara out of things. I'm sure things will become clear soon.
No zobaczymy. Będzie jakieś brudne normalne.
Made things
Who knows?
very clear.
Well, let me know what you decide.
Siara by trochę była. Jakby ona coś tam z tymi
I'd always
ruskimi, nie? Ale ona si. Wstawaj stary, mamy miasto do spalenia. Wake up, samuraj. Let's go, let's go. A co, czemu wychodzi? A to nie mieliśmy tego zwiedzać? Tamten chłop w samolocie to już pewnie umarł. Oho. Norwegian. Tam coś się pali po drugiej stronie góry. No i my pewnie będziemy tam szli.
Someone's there.
W ogóle jak on chodzi dziwnie, nie mogę na to patrzeć. Ja myślałam, że my będziemy tutaj coś zwiedzać w tym statku, coś znajdziemy, jakieś info nowe. A, tu takie buty, ajajaj. No, jestem ciekawa, czy będą jakieś te brudy na Klarę. Mam nadzieję, że nie, bo chciałabym jednak, żeby było jej nazwisko na tym i żeby potem nie było z tego powodu sraki żadnej, srakensa. Bo jednak przyłożyła się, pomogła nam i chcemy z nią tam familię tworzyć chyba. Znaczy chłop, my nie chcemy, ale chłop chce. Musi go nosić, co tam się pali? Odpływa statek! Ho, ho!
No, you can't believe it. Hey! Over here, come back! Hey!
Ale siara, nie? No nie mów, że zeskoczy. No co ty robisz, chłopie? Ja mam pomóc wstać? Sam się tam poszedł. On spadnie. Trzymam, ale on spada. Nie wiem, sam tam poszedł, jakby... Brud? Chłopie. Matko jedyna. A tu... O, ktoś umarł. Ajajaj. Wstawaj, wstawaj, nie ma czasu. Dobra, lecimy do tych domków najpierw, bo nam tak nawet gra pokazała. Nie możesz biegać. Szkoda. Dobra, otwieraj te drzwi. Oho.
Peter, marvelous to see you. You've come at the right time, even at a 37 for 4. Terrible state of affairs. Anyway, you said you wanted to see me about something, eh? Something you wanted to let me know.
Ale...
Tara came up with the big idea too.
No nie mieliśmy wyboru teraz.
What can I say? I respect your decision. I do admire a man who knows his own mind.
Aha. Ciekawe, a zaraz... Ale czy jednak mają znaczenie? Jakiś telegram. Aha, to są słowa. Ja mam to czytać? Morse. Secret. Aha, okej. Collapsed. Main hot. Medical training. Two men dead. Ruscy. Dobra, nic ciekawego, nie? Please send help, to co? Nothing special, I guess. I to jest tylko tyle? Tutaj taki mają w domku? No nie gadaj. To się nie opłaciło wchodzić. Dobra, wychodzimy. Ale się tu poszerzało. To było czerwony chyba dom. No bo ja już mam widzę, że się zrobił czarno-biały ekran. To się słyszę po prawej stronie.
Dr. Hamilton, Peter.
Lewis Hamilton?
So good to meet you.
Ferrari man.
Excuse me, I won't be.
Right now.
Still 3 o'clock, yes?
No i Brytol w
Oh,
końcu.
no need to reschedule. This won't take long. Should be very quick. Right then, please do take a seat. Delighted you could make it to London. I do hope you get the time to enjoy it a little too, considering how busy you've been recently.
Jo.
Thank you. I'll try to.
Good, do. Anyway, I imagine you're wondering why we asked you here. Well, it can't have surprised you that your field of study has been of increasing interest to us, especially since the war.
Aha.
Oh, you're interested in climatology?
Oh, of course. The paper is going very well, I hear.
Well, it is now, thank you.
Oh, yes, your professor, John Hargreaves, passed us a copy. And it's impressive, the amount of information you've managed to gather. Although I imagine the process of gathering it was rather difficult on your
Jo.
limited budget.
Jo.
I had some help.
Oho. I tu się zaczynają schody.
We heard about that. As I said, we were most impressed and wanted to make you an offer. Reward, even.
Reward?
Well, you've no doubt taken your budget to its limits by now. What would you say if I could guarantee you a practically unlimited budget for further study? Ensure you had the best equipment, like the Americans. Take you right to the heart of things.
The heart of things?
I believe you traced the source of the radiation back to Antarctica, didn't you?
Jo. Of course.
I did.
I'd say that warrants further study on location, wouldn't you?
And now we are here.
It does.
I'm glad you agree. We could place you with the Falkland Islands Dependency Survey working in Antarctica, scientist bods. Happy amateurs, very passionate like yourself. Of course, you'd probably have to sort a few things out with the other name we saw on the paper before you go. I hope that wouldn't be too difficult, considering what's on offer.
Aha.
The other name, Clara, you mean?
Lovely name. Probably for the best she wouldn't be able to go.
No.
Oh, not my say-so, I'm afraid. It's run a bit like the army down there. No women allowed.
A niech już im będzie.
I'm not sure I like the idea.
I can assure you this is bigger than any one person.
Bigger than 2 people, you mean?
I see. Well, you signed those papers on your way in earlier, so I'm at liberty to tell you a little more.
Things in the Antarctic, they've been a little strained recently. Lots of vested interests, territorial claims overlapping. Some sides wanting to secure the resources under the ground. Now, this kind of thing has been going on for decades, of course.
What kind of thing?
Oh, the Germans were flying over there, dropping swastikas in big circles. Before the war, that is. All a bit ridiculous, really. Now, I'm afraid it's the Soviets we've got to contend with. Bit of a royal mess, if you ask me. Still, we're trying to work with them.
That sounds like a wise idea.
It was wise, or so it seemed. It should all be in everyone's interests, you see. Every country signed up to something called the Antarctic Treaty. All a rather clever bit of politicking that happened behind the scenes a few years ago. Set up to ensure that Antarctica is used for strictly peaceful purposes. No weapons are to be used. No one can make any future claims on the land. Now, if it sticks, everyone will be frightfully happy. Every side content that they've staked their claim. No more aggression, let's say.
No i pogers.
Sounds sensible.
You'd have thought so. We've managed to placate the Soviets so far. This is all strictly confidential, but the sounds coming from Whitehall are not good. We're rather worried that it might all fall through.
How worried are you?
Worried enough, but there's no immediate cause for alarm. Well, in addition to the climate science you'd be able to do, tracking the radiation in the clouds and so forth, we'd like you to inform us of any other sources of radiation out there, what the readings are. If there are any bombs being set off on the continent, it's important that we know as much as we can about them. We don't know what the Soviets might do next. You'd be using the very best equipment, as I said. Useful for your career. Useful for us.
This is still climate science, yes?
Absolutely right. The less we're involved, the better, really. But as I say, if you can help us in this small way, it would certainly help that career of yours.
How can you help, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, after speaking with a few people, Professor Hargreaves, for example, I'm sure that whatever your academic ambitions, after working on something as important as this, you'd have no trouble progressing. And if nothing else, think of the adventure of it. What a reward it would be for all your hard work. What do you think?
No w sumie jo.
You want me to decide now?
Jo.
Oh, not straight away, but time is rather tight. We'd need an answer soon. Sorry, I've got a meeting in Westminster in 20 minutes. We'll have to cut this short. It's been very good to meet you. Do let me know. And if this Clara thing feels like a sticking point, all I can say is sometimes we all have to answer to something greater than ourselves. Why not think of it as an opportunity for you and to do what's right?
What's right?
Dobra.
I'm sure you
To
understand.
czerwone to jest takie dziwne w ogóle.
This is for your country.
Powiem wam, takie dziwne jest to kółko czerwone. Dobra, let's see, co my tu mamy. Transcript of received message. US military. Jakiś rescue, oho. Coś tu się wydarzyło, ale nie wiem, czy się to wiemy. I zgaduję, że to jest na tyle w tym budyneczku. Klasyczek. No to wychodzimy. Wychodzimy i idziemy teraz w drugą stronę, czyli tam właśnie do tych grobów. Nie mówcie mi, że on będzie znowu płynął tym stateczkiem, bo to trochę siara, nie? Będzie wiosłował chłop. Dobra. Podejdę sobie bliżej niego, ale... Nie, no na szczęście na ten moment nie będziemy nim płynąć. Zobaczmy, może będą nazwiska tych osób. A tu chuj, ta Klara będzie. Nie, to by było za mocne. Chyba nic nie jest napisane. A, okej. Szkoda. Dobra. Coś tu mam wrażenie jest taka kamera, nie? Tak dziwnie tutaj. Ale dobra, no nie wiem, nie mam żadnego indykatora, żeby nawet kliknąć. Także let's go. Dobra, tam mamy auto. O, nice. Mamy autko. Tutaj chyba dalej nic nie ma. Jakieś kości wystają jak w Minecrafcie. Nic tu nie będzie raczej, nie? Szkoda, szkoda. No to lecimy. Lecimy do auta i będziemy pewnie gdzieś autem dalej jechać, ale zobaczymy gdzie. Oho, jaka muzyka tajemnicza. W ogóle jakie kółeczka, to jest ten taki gąsienica. Jak w tych czołgach. Norwegia? Mówicie mi, że Norwegicy mają kierownicę po prawej? Chyba nie. A ty, co my tu jeszcze mamy? Czy też kluczyki będzie palił? Nie, coś tam jest. Aha.
Nothing. No map, nothing.
Aj. Karamba. A, jeszcze mi auto pali, tak? Więc co, lecimy. No dawaj, 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 dawaj. Odpalaj się. Albo nie wiem, on się zdecydować musi chyba. Co, nie lecimy? Nie ma siły już? Oho. No jak to? Hopie, jedziemy. O kurwica. Co jest? Chyba raca. No to teraz lecimy. Let's go! Ale dobra, to już na następnym odcinku widzowie, także dzięki za oglądanie i do następnego!